Right then guys, this morning we need to roll some barley. This is our feed bin for the cattle. Fill it up twice a week and used the last bit this morning, so need to top it up and take it up to the cows tomorrow morning. So barley comes out of the orange trailer there. Only got about 8 tons left. Then we have to go on to oats, but that'll probably last us a little while. Into this auger, up here, into the hopper. So this is the barley before it gets rolled. That's not very digestible for cattle. So just going to engage the rollers. If we start up the machine with the rollers tight together, it'll often blow a fuse, so we leave them open when it's not being used. And the grain's going to drop down here and end up nice and flat. So this is the barley once it's been through the rollers. You can see it's been pressed flat. This makes it far more digestible for the cattle. It can break down nicely in their stomachs. This is a pea that's gone through. Flat pea. So they're the two rollers. These are both driven. Our old one used to just have one driven roller. But the reason we went for a mill with 2 driven rollers is so that we can put pulses, peas and beans through. That one was a bean that was been left up in the hopper with no problem. So it's pretty miserable out here. Just been told that we've got a new mower on the way. Bought it from Ernest Doe's online Doe show a couple of weeks ago, or someone did anyway, my brother. I got a phone call saying you bid on this item, you're the high bidder. So I haven't, I'm not in the yard, but I did leave my laptop open on their webpage when I left, so yeah, brother had a little bid on that. Didn't meet the reserve, but wasn't far off, so they're happy to let it go for that price. So it is an offset maschio flail mower. So here it is then, Maschio Girafona. Great name. It's newish. It's unused. It's what's known as shop soiled, which is, you can see the sticker's not in the best nick. Worse now I flicked it. So that's why I got a bit of a discount on them, because they're last year's stock and they want to move them on and get fresh stock for this year. So what this does, it will hang out the side of the tractor and be able to work into ditches and up the side of hedges. I'll probably put it on the 210 in a bit and have a little demonstration. So this is our previous flail mower. Needs a wash, as you can see. It's a 2.8 meter Wessex. The reason we were changing for the hydraulic offset was that this will only side shift left and right about 60 centimeters, maybe less, and because we were out doing contract hedge cutting, we found ourselves getting behind with our own hedges. So with the Girafona over there, hopefully we can get around, get about 2/3 of our hedges done. So what this mower should enable us to do is to cut the sides of our hedges without having to use the hedge cutter. So the hedge cutter can then go off and do some contract work or other work, concentrate on higher obstructions, trees, and then this will also do ditches and a more effective job around the verges and the Wessex, and then just come back in and do what we need to finish off with the hedge cutter. So hopefully it'll improve efficiency when we get around to using it in the summer. So it turns out there was a transport safety pin that holds the machine behind the tractor when you're on the road. I should have removed before I started to offset it, which is probably in the manual. Problem being, this is the manual holder secured to the machine. Keep the manual nice and dry with a hole drilled in the bottom of it. So it's just as well been kept in a bucket of water. So hopefully we can get a new manual and have a look through it and make sure we use it right when we start using it. I planned to do this job this morning, but a few other things got in the way. Just got the 260 in the shed here to give it a service. Going to drop the engine oil on it. Got some hydraulic filters to change as well. Not going to do the fuel filters because we, like most people, have got problems with dirty fuel, and the fuel filters get changed in between service intervals. Yeah, so these have only been on there about a week, so we'll change them as and when necessary. Meant to mention earlier, we put these lights up in the shed yesterday evening. Seemed quite bright. The multi-LED Pro Stellerleuchter and the Bellichting Vorsteller. Ideal. This is what they do. At 19,500 lumens, maybe. New, old. So it's not just the T7.260 that needs filters and oil changes. We've got filters here for the T7.250. We've got hydraulic filters, I may have said, for both the 250 and the 260. The 210's all right. That was serviced not too long ago. We've also got Claas filters in here for the two Scorpion 7030s. Already got filters in the other shed for the Claas Arion 836 and the Claas Arion 650 also needs a service. So the oil's drained out. Got my two buckets down there, caught all the waste oil. Just like to put a bit of fresh oil just to drain out any of the old oil from the bottom of the sump. Anything that wouldn't have sort of flowed out on its own just gets pushed out by the new oil. I much prefer it when oil filters sit upright rather than upside down. It's a lot cleaner. Most of this seems to be going in the bucket. So I've just smeared some fresh oil around the seal of this filter. what a lot of people do is dog these right up. They do have instructions on them. So you turn this one up until you make contact. It's there, and then 3/4 turns. CNH symbol. Just round the front there. There. So just had my sister-in-law on the phone, telling me she can see a fat brown dog running around down the end of the drive. Is my brother's dog still up there? Well, I said she was a minute ago. She wouldn't get in my face when I was underneath the tractor. She's there's some guys shooting pigeons in the field just up the track, and she's pretty gun shy, so she's been very loyal this afternoon, been following me around, tripping me up, and like I said, when I was underneath the tractor, trying to climb all over me and get in my face. But anyway, went to go and have a look, couldn't find her. Went to go and just call my dad to keep an eye out for her up at his place, and found her on the driveway to the other farm, nearly home. So retrieved her. She's now shut in the office, and that's her freedom privileges done for the day until my brother gets back. Look at spot on the dipstick, and I just monitor that level and see if it changes at all once it's run. Right, got to change the hydraulic filters now. They're all behind this wheel. Not going to mess about, lying on the floor, playing around. There's one that's changed to 250, there's a leak on it in the summer, and it's behind another one, right angle up there, all ends up going down your arm. So I'm just going to whip this wheel off and make it easy. I've been losing air on this tractor. Once you turn it off for a couple of minutes, the air goes out the brake system. It has to recharge as soon as you start the engine up, and just found the culprit. Also cleaned up and lubricated any turnbuckle on the machine. So top link down here, lower link arm adjusters, drop arms, front top link, they all worked, but they weren't as smooth as I'd like, so they're all done now. They all work well, so quite pleased with how it's all working at the minute. I got the filters changed last night, didn't get the wheel back on till this morning. It was quite late by the time I finished with the filters. Wheels all torqued up, checked all the wheel nuts, all four corners, blown out the radiator, the engine air filter, cab filters, the interior cab filter, had a grease all round, and it's been adjusting the hitch. This is different to our other New Hollands. This is the same as the John Deere's, I think. So the pin comes out and goes through a ring on the top of the hook. Normally you have to shorten these bars here because they stretch with the weight of trailers on them, so you can't use the hitch because there's too much weight holding it down, so you need to shorten these to lift the hitch up higher. In this case it was lifting too high and the ring was going above the pin, and the same with the stop because it's a telescopic hook. It was going in too far and the pin wasn't engaging with the ring, so you're having to shunt it to and fro. So that's all adjusted, that works nicely now. And just before I hoover it out, I think I'll go and move some trailers that are in the way for tomorrow. Loaded up some hay onto the back of the truck. My brothers are going to go and deliver that to a horse yard. Whilst they're gone, I'm going to start loading up some straw. So this is going to be delivered to a farm up the road, and they're going to use it to bed their sheep down on whilst they're lambing. This is wheat straw. We bought this in actually. We had so little wheat of our own in the ground last year, I was concerned we wouldn't have enough for our customers throughout the year, so bought this in from another local farm. February. Had quite a lot on today. Just off to pick up some horse muck. We've already done a few deliveries. Had small bale hay to deliver, brown bale hay. Brother's just gone off to deliver wheat straw to a lab with sheep who's just started labbing. Green waste skip collection. We'll try and video that another day. More hay deliveries once I get back. Picking up this muck. Little procession of vans. Claas Arion 650. It's got a quickie front loader on it. Got the muck bucket on the front with the grabs on the top. Pro Forge, that is. Bought it second half of last year. It's quite handy for doing horse muck because a lot of guys use shavings or wood pellets, and the normal muck grab allows that to drop through. So it's just a tidier job picking up out of their yards. It's an electronically controlled loader. Got a little joystick down here. The grab's operated off the same joystick. It's quite nice. It's on concrete. Most places we're picking it up out of fields. You should be quite careful not to dig a hole in the front edge of the bucket. So this heap is too big to fit in the trailer, which means I can just ram in as much as I can. We'll get it heaped up. As long as it doesn't fall off down the road, it'll be fine, and they get quite good value for money because I charge by the trailer load. So the more I can get in, the better for them. If I've only got a small heap, I'll get it in with room to spare, but it's still paying for that one trailer load. So this works out better for everyone. It's easy for me, and better value for them. Right, well that's that job done. Back to isn't it? Pretty full load. We've had this tractor remapped, so we've now in excess of 200 horsepower. I can't remember the exact figures. I have to look them up. I've got them in the office. So it tows pretty well. Right, just tipped that load of horse mark here at the cow farm. It's too wet to be out in the fields like we would do normally, so just tipped off the edge of the concrete and we pushed it up with the loader either this afternoon or in the morning. A couple more jobs to do before we call it a day. Video wise, I think we'll leave it here. It's been quite a varied week, quite a few different tasks going on. I think we've already posted one of hedge cutting from Tuesday and maybe the cows going to market. Yeah, quite a few different jobs. Hopefully there'll be a bit of variation on next week and we'll take some more footage and put another video together. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully see you again soon. I can just see some trespassers, so I'm going to go and chase them off with a pitchfork.